Across Ireland, 4 women faced the challenge of running a new business in one of the worst financial recessions on record.
I think it's the best time to start a business. You have to be creative. That's the great thing about the recession.
I cannot stress enough about how driven you have to be.
People like us are going to get this country back on its feet again.
Funky Goddess owner Samantha Kelly has set up a clandestine business meeting with a rival she hopes may offer a deal.
I got a phone call yesterday from a lady who has a similar brand. She's a competitor, but we're going to just meet up and just discuss how maybe we might be able to work together. I like her product. I had a look at it online last night. I mean, some people might think, oh, she's your competitor, don't be silly. But I mean, at the same time, you kind of have to keep an eye and just try and keep ahead of them as well. So,
Samantha's first 6 months in business have been a financial and personal strain.
I'm at that stage now where I'm kind of trying to decide if I could get someone to take it over even. The ideal decision would be if somebody would buy it off me and I would hang on to a percentage of it. I don't know if it's worth anything, it's probably not at the moment, but we've had no money for a year. Like nothing, as in, you know, no new clothes. It's not fair on the children either, so. Have you really helped Mammy? Scrunch up newspaper. Oh, she's brilliant. I have a roof over our heads, but we haven't got anything extra. We don't go out for meals or we don't go to the movies. It's all basics like electricity, phone, you know. You only live once as well, like do you really want to be struggling and if it's not working yet? Yeah, hopefully that'll work.
Cash flow is a key worry for small businesses. After her local bank branch closed, Claire Harty went further afield in search of a loan to buy art studio stock for Christmas.
I went to them just to look for a teeny overdraft. It was for €500, and as a result of not getting that, we had to really cut back on what we ordered in.
The loss of her local bank branch has added other strains.
I feel that they don't know me, they don't know my business, whereas the people in my Portarlington branch, they have had their kids in with me, so they know what we do and they can see that it's going to be a success, but they're not there anymore.
With finances tight, Claire pays for stock and staff before she pays herself.
Well, it's not remotely near our great week, unfortunately.
After a gross take of €800, Claire's profit is 10.
Actually do this now. Right, I can. Okay, basically, after we paid everything out, guess how much we've left. Do you want to see? Oh, God. Now, it's not like I don't want to be making you feel like, oh, I feel awful for taking my wages. You know, you worked, you get paid, and that's fine. But you do need to be aware of how we're doing, because if you're not, and then there is a time like last week where we couldn't pay you, that you're not going, you have loads of money in the till, which it looks like we do, but it all is, but you know, it all goes to somebody, it's all belongs to somebody else, it's not ours. Unfortunately, the shop just doesn't make enough money, so the staff have to be paid somewhere, and if I can't get it in through the shop, I have to find another way to do it.
Claire is increasingly reliant on the income from her babysitting business to support her art studio.
Babysitting and any other work that I do either provides me with a wage or it goes towards paying the girls.
Claire recently sold her car. Walking to her next babysitting job offers time to think about her business future.
When you're finished a very, very busy day and you end up with €10 at the end, it's very depressing, to say the least. We were able to pay the girls this week, which was great because last week that wasn't a possibility.
As winter approaches, Claire faces a tough decision.
For me, emotionally, to have to close the doors, that would be heartbreaking. I can't even fathom having to do that. I'm so emotionally invested in it.
But in the coming days, events force Claire's hand. Adapting to business highs and lows is part of being an entrepreneur. Financial survival pushed Alison Banton to move Brook and Shoals from Dundrum Shopping Centre to an industrial unit in County Wicklow.
The Dundrum shop didn't work, and I mean, I really was quite emotionally devastated and physically drained for a number of months after that. I said, okay, I can't throw out the baby with the bathwater. I can't let this failure define me. I still have a very successful shop in Greystones. I still have a lot of my own brand of products that I have created, that are my customers love, that other retailers are starting to ask me, can we stock your candles in our shop? Can we stock your body products in our shop? So I said, okay, so I won't have a chain of Brook and Shoals shops, my own shops. I'll just have one small shop, and maybe I'll have a range of retailers around the country who will stock my products. So I said, okay, well then that's what's going to come out of this. I'm going to concentrate on what I call the wholesale side of the business.
Well, this is an order that we're packing up here that's going out to Germany on Monday. It's for a company called the British Shop, which is based in Germany, and they sell English, Irish and Scottish products in Germany and Austria. And this is the third time they've done an order. So they really like our products, and they've repeat ordered a few times. And as far as I'm concerned, export really is the way forward, because there's only a certain level of demand in the Irish economy at the moment. So in order to expand the business, you have to look to overseas markets.
In the run-up to Christmas, Samantha Kelly is also at a crossroads. The hoped-for business partnership hasn't materialised. Samantha has no money to buy stock. Live on RT2FM's Colm Hayes show, she announces the end of Funky Goddess, less than a year after it began.
Samantha Kelly, good morning to you.
Good morning, Colin.
How are you?
I have to stop. Yes, I just have to stop. And I'm refunding all my customers that still have orders there. I'm still getting orders coming in. I have to stop taking orders.
I'm not going to do it to my children anymore. Like, we had no oil last week, and I couldn't afford to get oil, and I'm working all these hours, and it's not fair. It's not fair on the children.
He want me happy. He want me happy. Yes, sorry, Cathy.
I feel the business failed, but I still, part of me does feel a bit of a failure because, not being able to get the funding, that I couldn't give it a proper go that other companies could do, if they had money behind them. If I could get the stock in bulk, I would have had a viable business, because it would have been like half the price.
Siobhan and Kildare just texted and say, Colin, really sad to hear about Funky Goddess. I bought one and it was fantastic. So even what... Don't worry about it. Well, even what you've done over the last couple of years, you've helped so many young girls as well. You know what I mean? That's a legacy that is very important for you. And for your daughter. Really good talk with you, Samantha.
Madeline Forrest at Duckett's Grove in Carlow is also under pressure, but she's optimistic despite the downturn.
I think it's the best time to start a business. When the Celtic Tiger was running around Ireland, I was at home raising children. What it meant to me was inflated prices and bad value. With this recession, things are better in terms of value. Shop assistants are more polite. They're a little bit more concerned about keeping their jobs. I think it can can be a good thing if we just work our way through it. Anyone that's setting up a business, people are saying you're working twice as hard for a quarter of the income, but that's the way it is. And we just have to work that bit harder.
Madeline also supports local businesswomen by showcasing their products in her tea rooms.
I'm involved in a women in business network in Carlow called Network of Enterprising Women, and we all support one another in business and we get the word out there. So I found that really, really helpful, and also for getting ideas off other people and maybe sharing what I know myself.